Social media is a way for people to communicate and interact online. It's called social media because users engage with it in a social context, which can include conversations, commentary, and other user-generated annotations and engagement interactions. Whether you're running a small local business or heading a global enterprise-level company, your customers are online. They are interacting in social channels with their friends, colleagues, and other brands in search of information, recommendation, and of course entertainment. If your company is not around to answer, a competitor will be. Social media allows companies to have a dialogue with its customers. It's quite important to notice that information and messaging for a company was once controlled by its marketing and sales departments. But now, with the democratization of information, no one actually owns the message about a product or a brand. Every company must become a part of the conversation or risk letting customers become the voice of the company. You should care about social media traffic because it is one of the biggest referrals of traffic at your disposal. Don't forget that this is quality traffic. Perhaps the greatest value of social media marketing is your ability to foster and engage with a community of other people. In addition to responsive communication, brands can begin to build relationships with their customers beyond those that happen during normal transactions. These relationships are what keep customers coming back, increasing both loyalty and retention. If those customers become advocates and increase your word-of-mouth presence, you will start seeing amazing results. Okay, but how to start? Everyone makes it sound so easy. Post a few times on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, and the traffic will pour in. In reality, it's much more complicated. And with like anything else, you will need to spend some time learning how to do it properly. So here are the key parts of using social media efficiently. Identify business goals. You simply can't move forward without knowing what are you working towards. Every piece of your social media strategy serves the goals you set. You will, I'm sure, come up with several personalized goals, but there are a few that all companies should include in their strategy, like increasing brand awareness, retaining customers, and reducing marketing costs. Apart from that, you may happen to struggle with other quite popular issues. Has website traffic dipped? To combat this challenge, your social team should focus its goals on creating links directly to the website, whether they are from your own social posts or influencers. Is customer loyalty low? To keep your customers around, use social as a tool to support, communicate, and engage. A good social relationship with your customers should translate into a better perception. Do you need to do a better job of building a positive brand reputation? Arm your social media team with the materials, education, and authority of responding to customers' questions and issues. Do you just need to make people aware that your products exist? To create authentic and lasting brand awareness, avoid promotional messages and instead focus on creating meaningful content and a strong brand personality through social media channels. Determine relevant hashtags and industry influencers you can engage with and tap into those resources to extend your brand's overall awareness. Set marketing objectives. Make your objectives SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific, well-defined, clear to anyone that it has a basic knowledge of the project. Measurable, know if the goal is obtainable and how far away completion is. Know when it has been achieved. Achievable, be realistic, within the ability of resource, knowledge, and time. Relevant to business needs. Time-bound, enough time to achieve the goal, not too much time which can affect project performance. Make your objectives even smarter by evaluating and re-evaluating. Identify ideal customers. As I said before in my previous videos, buyers' personas help you define and target the right people in the right places at the right times with the right messages. Try to dive into your readers' minds. The foundation of your social media strategy is to understand who your target audience is and why they use social media. To do so, you need to utilize demographics and psychographics. When you know your target audience age, occupation, income, interests, pains and problems, habits, likes and dislikes, motivation and objections, then it's easier and cheaper to target them on social or any other media. The more specific you are, the more conversions you are going to get out of every channel you use to promote your business. Determining your demographics will depend on whether or not you already have a site and a traffic. If you do not have a site or traffic yet, what you will need to do is to find a similar site and use it for your analysis. If you have a site that does have traffic, use Google Analytics statistics. Next, research your audience through forums, Reddit, and so on. To understand it, focus on psychological aspect. Read their comments on other forums and pages, check the tone of their posts, topics they are interested in, and so on. Research your competition. When it comes to social media marketing, researching out your competition not only keeps you apprised of their activities, but it also gives you an idea of what's working, so you can integrate those successful tactics into your own efforts. Search which social networks they are using and analyze their content strategy. Look at their number of fans and followers, posting frequency and time of the day. Also pay attention to the type of content they are posting and its context. Serious, promotional, and so on, and how they are responding to their fans. Choose channels and tactics. You need to find a network where your audience hangs out. In most cases, you want to match your audience demographics to the demographics of social channel. Again, you have to do your research. To determine what is and isn't working in your social media strategy, go over the analytics for your posts. See which posts got the most traffic as well as the most shares and other engagement. Adjust your strategy accordingly. Perhaps the most important research for your social media strategy is again an analysis of your competition. Discover what works for your competitors and then determine how to use this information to improve your own social media strategy. Treat all your social channels differently and don't post the same message everywhere. You have to remember who the audience is on each platform and how they interact. What works on Facebook will fall flat on Twitter and vice versa. Develop and sell a unique value proposition for each account. Just think about it. Why would a customer need to or want to follow you on Twitter if they already follow you on Facebook? Make sure to give them a reason. Social media monitoring should be an essential part of your social media marketing strategy. You should monitor brand mentions, industry terms, competitors. And remember to fill out your profiles. A completed profile shows professionalism, cohesive branding. Try to aim for consistency with visuals. Make sure that your avatars, cover photos, bio and profile information is up to date and complete. Then cross-promote your accounts. Create a content strategy. Content and social media have a symbiotic relationship. Without great content, social media is meaningless. And without social media, nobody will know about your content. Use them together to reach and convert your prospects. If you create appropriate focused content that will get your readers, you are already heading in the right direction. The more value you can provide, the faster you will grow your presence. The second part of this is consistency. If you share content for a few weeks, then drop off for a month, you won't continue to grow. There are three main components of any successful social media content strategy: type of content, time of posting, and frequency of posting. The type of content you should post on each social network relies on form and context. Form is how you present the information: text only, images, links, video, and so on. The push towards visual content has plenty of evidence. As you browse through the streams, you are most likely to see images and videos than text posts. On Facebook, photos get 53% more likes, 104% more comments, and 84% more click-throughs on links than text-based posts. Same goes for Twitter. Context fits with your company voice and platform trends. Ask yourself a question: if your company was a person, what kind of personality would it have? Funny? Serious? How do you want your customers to think about your company? When it comes to time of posting, there are many studies that give you a specific time when you should post on social media. However, I suggest using those studies as a guidelines rather than hard rules. Remember that your audience is unique, so you need to test and figure out the best time for yourself. There are tons of theories. Post in a peak times, post off peak times to boost your post visibility in the mornings and so on. There are also many neat tools to show you the best time of day to post on Facebook, Twitter and more. So you have to try to find out the most convenient time and just start testing. But what to do if you are just starting out on those social networks with no audience and no history? Well, studies shows that usually the best times to post are Twitter 1 to 3 p.m. weekdays, Facebook 1 to 4 p.m. and 2 to 5 p.m. weekdays, LinkedIn 7 to 8:30 a.m. and 5 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, Tumblr 7 to 10 p.m. weekdays and 4 on Fridays, Instagram 5 to 6 p.m. weekdays and 8 p.m. on Mondays with a sweet spot at 6 p.m. Pinterest 2 to 4 p.m. and 8 to 11 p.m. weekdays, with weekends being the best. Google Plus 9 to 11 a.m. weekdays. Finding the perfect frequency is crucial because it could mean more engagement for your content or more unlikes and unfollows. Again, use Facebook Insights to see when your fans are online and engaging with your content. As with most things, you will have to test the frequency of posting to optimize it for your business. Depending on the audience, you may need to share more or less. And for newcomers, here are basic guidelines to follow. Facebook 2 times per day at most. LinkedIn 1 time per day. Google Plus 3 times per day at most. Pinterest 5 times per day or even more. Instagram 1-2 times per day or more. Blog 2-3 times per week. Think of developing a content calendar that will help you to stay consistent when it comes to posting and the frequency. Get fans and followers and engage. The most effective way to get followers at first is to simply follow as many of your target users as possible. A decent percentage of these will follow you back. As your follower count grows, the exposure from your content you share will start to earn you a significant follower growth and traffic. Facebook is largely a pay-to-play site at the moment. While it's not extremely expensive, you need a few dollars a day to run Facebook ads. It is becoming more necessary to run paid social campaigns as the organic posts are reaching less and less fans and followers. Respond to negative and positive feedback. If you receive a negative feedback, consider looking at it as a constructive criticism and an opportunity to improve. If someone is complaining, it's more likely they are just looking for a solution from you. If customers are constantly ignored, they will eventually ditch your brand altogether and look for an alternative. When people talk to you, you have to talk back. One way to stay up on all conversations that are happening around you and your company is to create a system of listings to monitor brand mentions. Utilize services that will help you push notifications to you so you can ensure you are not missing meaningful conversations across the web. There are countless applications for Facebook and Twitter like Social Engage, TweetDeck and so on available so you can use them. Influencers. The first step is getting people to simply like you. The people who like you are constantly having their expectations met. Identifying potential advocates is a good next step. You can use social tools, site data, customer data, and even your own observations to help you pick out which customers are likely to go bad for your brand. You will want to figure out what is the most important to those potential advocates. What are they looking for? Are they fishing for recognition? Are they excited by exclusive access to news or content? When a customer becomes willing to defend your brand, you know you have really outdone yourself. This final willingness to defend stage is brand and social nirvana, as community members are not only engaging frequently and providing recommendations, but also standing up to advocate your work and defend you from your brand detractors. Track, improve, and market your efforts. If you don't track your results, you can't see what is or isn't working, and you can't improve your strategy. Analyze overall traffic in Google Analytics in Referral tab. Implement tracking codes on links to track click rate on your social shares. Use various tools to see your progress. Basic things to track and observe can include your followers and fans. See how your audience has grown over time by using tools like Facebook's page insights and Twitter's follower, your posting frequency and post types. Is there any correlation to how often you post, what you post, and how your audience grows? Engagement. Dig into how many conversations you have on a weekly basis. Engagement can include direct contact, retweets, likes, plus ones, and reshares. Once you have a good understanding of which content is driving the most engagement, most comments, site visits and conversions, you can use that knowledge to increase your success. General do's and don'ts. Don't straight sell through direct message. When someone follows you, first establish a relationship. Avoid automation. You should never use a robot to do a human's job. Show gratitude, but in moderation. You don't need to thank everyone for sharing your content. Don't go overboard on the hashtags and don't spam. You will waste valuable characters and your message will get lost and appear confusing to a viewer. Never badmouth a competitor. Do's. Be genuine and most importantly, be yourself. Be interesting by being interested in others, add value, and be aware of current events. Use first names. The ratio of promoting others' content to promoting your own should be considered. And remember, social media is not something you can simply tack on to the rest of your marketing, branding, PR, and advertising efforts. It needs to be a fully integrated part of the mix. In doing so, you can create a cohesive and scalable experience for your customers. Thank you for watching. Bye.